My name is Annette Sharma, and the neurologist who was working with me was Professor Christian Lewick.
And after how many tests did he do on you? What did he come up with?
Well, the first neurologist was a different neurologist. He did a number of tests. He could find no diagnosis. Then Professor Lewick did several tests more, including blood tests and nerve tests and so on. And he finally thought that it could be adrenomyeloleukodystrophy, which is the rare genetic disease that's featured in the film Lorenzo's Oil.
Okay.
I did then have 3 tests done to confirm that it was that disease. They were normal, but he felt that he had nothing left to give me as a disease.
You passed all 3 tests, but
Yeah.
he still wanted to declare that you had this disease.
Yes,
Okay.
and I was exactly in the middle range of every test assay. That was a blood test for long chain fatty acids.
Righto.
Yeah.
And all the literature that you received as a result of all these different tests and interviews and medical checkups was how thick you said it was?
The folder would have been about 6 inches
Thick. Of
6
all
or
these
7.
reports of medical tests and interviews and
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
And you said it was how heavy? You could hardly carry it.
Yeah, I had to cull it back to about a third of the material so I could carry it on the airplane.
To bring it up here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and after all of that, what medications did they want to put you on?
Well, they said that the only option for me was to either take Lorenzo's Oil, but they were not confident it would work in my case, or that I could have a lumbar puncture test, and then they could establish if I'd had a very rare form of MS that they'd never seen before, because I have absolutely no symptoms that would equate to MS. I have no sparks in the MRI scan and no lesions and nothing that would implicate MS.
And what age are you now?
I'm 47.
And what age were you when your first symptom began?
Well, it was about 4 years ago, so I would have been 43. The first symptom was after a plane trip where I was using some elasticized stockings for varicose veins,
Yeah.
and I noticed following that trip that the bottom of my feet had gone numb and I couldn't get the feeling back. It was just like if your arm goes numb and it starts to come back.
Yes.
It had been frozen halfway through that process. But 24/7, this feeling was with me.
Right.
And there was absolutely no relief and no change. And that's what worried me the most.
So the second symptom after that experience?
The second symptom after that was this sense of panic and that there was something terribly wrong in my body. Even though my symptomology was not extreme at that point, I just had a sense that I was going to die.
Right.
And that I had a number of weeks or months at most left.
Yep.
And from that feeling, I decided to go to a GP, a new GP, and have a number of blood tests done to see if I had cancer or something that was undiagnosed. But all the tests proved normal.
Yes.
And then
the third
after
symptom?
that, the third symptom was when it started to spread, the numbness or the tingling or the abnormality and sensation started to actually literally spread up my legs,
Yep.
right up the thighs, up to the waist, up to here.
Right.
At that point, and my right hand as well, and my right arm.
And then after that, what symptoms did you experience?
And then after that, everything kind of settled. I think that was the time I was home and I spent time reading the Bible, and I kind of accepted that I had to have a different way of thinking about this whole thing. That
and back again. So you have a mechanical walk, don't you? It's not really...
Yeah, it's a bit stiff. It's like a wind-up toy or
Yeah.
a computer animation, but it's not
Yeah.
a smooth walk. And if I try to walk in a straight line,
Yep.
like if I imagine a line on the ground.
That's when you're having balance problems.
Mm.
Yep, okay. Okay, that's good.
And
Yep.
also when I walk up and down steps, my feet wobble.
Do
So
they?
they shake like this when
Okay.
I'm putting my feet down.
How long has it been since you've been able to get into a slow jog?
Slow jog. Well, I gave up jogging when I had difficulty walking, so I'll probably say a year.
A year, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to go out onto the grass
Mm.
and we're going to give you a little bit more room than inside the unit here and see how just a slow jog and maybe a skip here and there, we'll see. Alright, you ready? Enjoy yourself. Okay, now, how did that feel compared with like a week ago?
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to even attempt it.
Wouldn't you?
No.
So you're happy with the program?
Yeah, I am. I'm just discovering new strength in my knees.
Yeah.
Just got to get a bit more strength
That's all.
in them.
You
'cause
haven't
the
used
muscles,
them like that for
I
so
haven't
long.
used my
Yeah,
muscles in my knees for ages.
yeah.